Alright, so what I wanted to do today was discuss a topic that has always been circulating ever since Resident Evil 5, and kind of talk about the possibility or the potential of a Wesker return or resurrection or whatever you want to call it. It's been a topic that's been discussed, it's been discussed for a long time, and I kind of want to leave my thoughts out there for everyone to see, and kind of, maybe you'll agree with me, maybe you won't, but I do kind of want to talk about it today. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. Alright, so let's look back at Resident Evil 5. So the ending of Resident Evil 5 takes place in a volcano. I know it's already ridiculous to say. And Wesker is very much killed. Like, he is in the lava, he gets blown up with rockets, and I don't think he's coming back. And they make a point of saying it in Resident Evil 6 that Chris killed him, so he's definitely dead, alright? And it is kind of a bummer, I think, from all the way back from Resident Evil 1 up till 5. Wesker was pretty much like the guy, the villain. And having him be killed off and then having more games come out with him not present is definitely a weird thing. Now, in a way, Wesker is still a thing, and I will get into that in different videos, but we're talking about Albert Wesker today, no one else. So maybe that's a clue to the video that's coming. But Albert Wesker. I personally think the character was really good in the first few games. I think they did kind of go over the top with him in future entries, Resident Evil 5 specifically. I think that was probably really stupid, and I don't know why they went that way, but they did. And I always will say, if a 5 remake happens, please cut down the amount of Neo moves you can pull off. But nevertheless, he's a good villain, he's a smart dude, he has that villain aura, I guess. He's definitely a bad guy. And, I would really hope in a different kind of timeline, that he would still be present in the games. So let's talk about this resurrection theory people have going on. So people kind of assume that he's going to come back in some way or another. And while I can't say I fully agree, I do have a kind of an idea of how it could happen. Like, I don't know if it will even happen, but if it does, I feel like this is how they'll do it. So first of all, key thing to remember is there is potential, and I don't know if it's going to be true, so bear with me, that if a RE5 remake happens, he might survive. I don't know if that will be the case, but obviously, as you know, the remakes are kind of like the canon storylines now. So you have the original game, then you have the remake, and it's kind of common knowledge now that the remake stories that happen in the remakes are the actual storyline. Like, they're the canon. It kind of sucks in some regards, I know, because some of the storylines in the original games are actually quite good, but the remakes are the canon. So there's every potential that he doesn't die in a 5 remake if it happens. While I think you'll probably fight him and beat him still, I kind of think they'll leave the death open-ended. Like, they'll probably change the end, he'll die, and then you won't see him again. And then maybe, in the future title they'll bring him back, because the 5 remake canon has made it so he survived the game. So that's one idea, and I've seen that floated around a couple times, and it does have potential to be the case. He could definitely be surviving from a remake of 5. But if they decide to keep 5 as close to the original as possible, he'll probably die as well. So moving on from there, we have the clone theory for Wesker. This is also a pretty interesting one. Wesker's a smart dude, like, he's not stupid at all, and I would probably say he'd had some kind of backup plan in case he died, and it's potential that he has clones of himself kind of out there. I know that although as bad as it is, the Resident Evil Netflix show, there was like loads of clones of Wesker. Although that was very poorly done, I think in a video game it could be pretty well done, but we'll have to wait and see. I think that would be pretty cool, but I would also probably say if there is a clone of him, don't expect him to be the same character. Like, I don't know how they'll do it, but it's kind of, to me, it would make sense if the clone had like a different personality. Whether he's a good guy or not, I don't know, and I think honestly changing Wesker to be a hero would be kind of weird. So they'll probably keep him a villain, but there is potential that there is an idea going around that maybe there's a clone of him or clones of him. On the flip side of that theory, there's a pretty weird rumor, and I do kind of see this one as being a bit kind of stupid, but at the same time there is kind of logic behind it, is that the Wesker we fight in Resident Evil 5 isn't even actually him. Like, and that was pretty much used as an excuse to kind of explain his powers and why he was so fast and strong and stuff. But I don't think that's the case. I think if they did that, it would be kind of weird. But who knows at this point. But I honestly do think, they kind of built his character up to get these powers over time. Like, he started off as a normal dude, and then as the games went on, he kind of got stronger and stronger and stronger. So I don't think, at least in my opinion, I don't think the Wesker we fight in Resident Evil 5 is a clone. I think that kind of idea was used as an excuse to kind of explain his death and explain why he got so powerful, but who knows. But I guess to pretty much wrap it up is, would I like to see Wesker in a new game or return in some way? I think so. I think it would be pretty cool. As long as they did it right and it made sense, it would be pretty cool. But again, it will have to all come down to how they pull it off. I think it's definitely an interesting topic and a difficult one to kind of look at, especially all this time later. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. They're kind of like the big ideas behind, you know, him potentially coming back or him being not actually dead. If you do agree with any of them, do let me know. If you have different ideas, do let me know. If you want to see Wesker come back, do let me know. But if you don't, again, do let me know. All that stuff down in the comments below. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to like the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe for brand new Resident Evil content every single day. Thank you for watching again, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.